My child, do not be afraid of the weight you are carrying, for heaven has not only seen your struggle but has been shaping your destiny through it. I know the nights when you lay awake wondering if anyone hears your prayers. I know the mornings when you drag yourself forward, feeling as though hope has abandoned you. But I tell you today, your trials are not the end of your story. They are the very soil where God is planting the seeds of your greatest triumphs. You may not understand why certain doors closed, why people you trusted walked away, why seasons of drought seemed endless. But the one who formed you in your mother's womb has written a plan so full of glory that even your darkest valley will become a testimony. Nothing has been wasted, no tear, no pain, no disappointment. Every setback has been a setup for something greater. Type Amen if you believe God can turn your trials into triumphs. My beloved, when you walk through fire, the fire will not consume you, it will refine you. When the storms rage, the winds will not destroy you. They will carry you closer to your purpose. The enemy thought that what was meant to harm you would break you, but heaven has already decreed it will make you. I have seen you in the hidden place, praying when no one knew, fighting battles in silence, enduring wounds that no one could see. I have stood beside you in those moments, whispering strength into your weary soul. And I tell you, the season is shifting. God is about to turn your pain into praise. Comment 111. If you are ready for your season to shift, there is a crown being formed for you, a crown of victory, not defeat. Your trials have been training your hands for war and your heart for worship. The delay you thought was denial was heaven's way of perfecting the timing, and now the appointed moment is approaching when what was broken will be restored, what was stolen will be returned, and what was lost will be replaced with something far greater. You may say, but I have failed, I have fallen short. My child, the mercy of God is bigger than your mistakes. The grace of God is stronger than your shame. Where you see ruin, heaven sees the foundation of a new chapter. Type 122 if you believe restoration is coming to your life. Do not despise the days of small beginnings, for the God who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. You have been walking through the valley, but you are not meant to stay there. Every step has been leading you to the mountaintop, where your testimony will shine so brightly that others will see the goodness of God through your life. Beloved, I am sent to remind you. What you call a trial is actually the training ground for your victory. Just as Joseph was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and imprisoned before becoming a ruler, so your hardships are preparing you for influence you could not handle without the season of refining. Type Amen if you receive this preparation in faith. There is a divine exchange happening even now. Your ashes will become beauty. Your mourning will turn into dancing. Your despair will be clothed in praise, but you must hold on. Do not give in to the lie that God has forgotten you. He has written your name on the palm of his hand. He has numbered the hairs on your head, and he has kept every tear you have cried in a bottle. Comment 777 if you are believing for beauty to rise from your ashes. My child, I have seen how hard it has been for you to keep going. I have seen you encouraging others while secretly wondering who will encourage you. But your encouragement is coming. Your helper is on the way. God himself will strengthen you, and in the very place you have been mocked, you will be honored. Do you remember David? He was overlooked by his own family, yet chosen by God to be king. He faced Goliath not with armor or weapons of the world, but with faith in the living God. And what was meant to destroy him became the very moment that launched his destiny. So it will be with you. The very trial that threatened to crush you will be the platform where God displays his glory through you. Type 999 if you believe God can turn your greatest battle into your greatest breakthrough. You may not see it yet, but there is movement in the heavenlies on your behalf. Angels have been dispatched to bring answers, align connections, and shift situations in your favor. What you thought was a delay is actually divine positioning. Heaven's calendar is not late, it is perfect. My beloved, every giant you have faced will fall. Every chain that has bound you will break. The wilderness season is coming to an end. You will enter a land flowing with promise, and you will remember these days not as the time you were forsaken, but as the time God proved himself faithful. Type Amen if you receive this prophetic word over your life. Your trial has been the forge where God has molded you into a vessel of strength and faith. Without this fire you would not carry the authority you are about to walk in. Without this valley you would not understand the power of the mountaintop. Without this pain you would not have the depth of compassion that will now flow from your life into the lives of others. So rise up, my child. Lift your head, wipe your tears. The God who split the Red Sea, who brought down the walls of Jericho, who shut the mouths of lions, he is the same God who is fighting for you now. And just as he turned the cross into a symbol of victory, he will turn your trial into a testimony so powerful that even those who doubted you will see his hand upon your life. Comment 1111. If you believe your testimony is coming, and when it comes, do not keep it to yourself. Share what the Lord has done. For there are others walking through their own midnight, wondering if the dawn will ever come. You will be the proof that morning always follows the night, that triumph always follows the trial, that God's promises are yes and amen. This is why you cannot give up now. The enemy would not be fighting you so hard if there were not something priceless on the other side of this battle. Every storm you have faced has been pushing you toward a shore of blessing. Every tear has been watering a seed that is about to break through the soil. Every disappointment has been redirecting you into alignment with your true calling. Type 222 if you are holding on for the breakthrough. My child, heaven is applauding your endurance. The hosts of angels have watched you keep the faith when others would have walked away. They have seen you sow seeds of love, forgiveness, and generosity, even when you were not receiving the same in return. And now, a harvest is coming. A harvest so abundant that it will overflow into the lives of those around you. Do not think for a moment that your prayers have gone unheard. From the very first whisper, the Father inclined his ear toward you. And just as Daniel's prayer was answered from the moment it was spoken, though delayed by spiritual opposition, so your answer has been on the way, even if you have not yet seen it. Comment 777. If you believe your answer is already on the way, you are not walking toward defeat. You are walking toward destiny. The path you tread, though it may feel heavy with trials and shattered by uncertainty, is not leading you to a place of ruin. It is guiding you to a divine appointment with purpose, a moment where the fragments of your struggles will be woven into a tapestry of triumph. The enemy's schemes, those forces that seem to conspire against you, are not the end of your story. What was meant to break you, to shatter your spirit and dim your hope, will become the very material God uses to build you. Every crack in your foundation, every wound you've endured, every moment of despair will be transformed into a cornerstone of strength, a testimony of resilience and a monument to God's faithfulness. The same pit that Joseph sat in, cold, dark, and seemingly forgotten, became the stepping stone to the palace. The same cross that looked like death for Jesus, a symbol of shame and suffering, became the doorway to resurrection life, the ultimate victory over the grave. And the same trial you are facing today, the one that weighs heavy on your heart, will become your story of triumph. A chapter that will inspire others and glorify the one who carried you through. Type Amen if you receive this truth, if you feel the stirring of hope in your spirit, if you believe that God is not done with you yet. This is not a call to blind optimism, but to unshakable faith in a God who sees the end from the beginning. Your journey is not a random sequence of events. It is a carefully crafted narrative written by the hand of the Creator. Every step you take, even the ones that feel faltering, is leading you closer to the destiny He has prepared for you. The trials you face are not the final word. They are not the conclusion of your story, but the prelude to a victory that will echo through eternity. Consider Joseph, a young man with dreams as vast as the heavens, betrayed by his own brothers and cast into a pit. The walls of that pit must have felt like the end. The damp earth a cruel reminder of his isolation. Sold into slavery, imprisoned for a crime he didn't commit, Joseph could have easily believed that his life was over, that his dreams were nothing more than childish fantasies. Yet, in the silence of that pit, in the chains of captivity, God was at work. The pit was not a grave, it was a passageway. The prison was not a dungeon of despair, it was a training ground for destiny. Every moment of suffering, every tear shed in the dark, was shaping Joseph into the man who would one day stand second only to Pharaoh, a leader who would save nations from famine. The very circumstances that seemed to bury him were the ones that elevated him. What the enemy used to destroy, God used to create. And so it is with you. The challenges you face, the betrayals, the losses, the moments when you feel abandoned, these are not the end. They are the raw materials of your palace, the foundation of your testimony. And then there is the cross, the ultimate symbol of suffering turned to salvation. To the world, it looked like defeat. To the disciples, it seemed like the end of all they had hoped for. Jesus, the one they called Messiah, hung there, mocked and broken. Yet, in that moment of apparent failure, the greatest victory in history was unfolding. The cross, a tool of death, became the gateway to life eternal. The grave, a place of finality, became the birthplace of resurrection. What looked like the end was only the beginning. The enemy thought he had won, but God was writing a story of redemption that would change the course of history. Your trials, like the cross, may look like defeat to the world. They may feel like the end to you in your darkest moments, but God is not finished. He is turning your pain into purpose, your sorrow into strength, your cross into a crown. The trial you are facing today will not have the final word. It will become the doorway to your resurrection, the moment where you rise stronger, wiser, and more radiant than ever before. Lift your eyes, beloved. Your help does not come from the hills, nor does it come from the hands of men. The solutions you seek, the strength you need, the hope you long for, these do not rest in human hands or earthly resources. Your help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He is the one who spoke the stars into existence, who carved the mountains and filled the seas. He is the one who knows every detail of your story, every tear you've cried, every burden you've carried, and he is not distant. He is not asleep. He is not indifferent. The psalmist declares that he will not let your foot slip. He is watching over you, guiding your steps, steadying you when the ground feels unsteady. He does not slumber or turn away. He is ever present, guarding your coming and your going, both now and forevermore. You are not alone in this journey. You are not forgotten. The God who holds the universe in his hands is holding you, and he will not let you fall. The moment you thought would end you, the diagnosis, the betrayal, the failure, the loss, will not be your epitaph. It will be remembered as the moment you truly began. When you look back on this season, you will see it not as a time of defeat but as a time of divine preparation. You will stand in awe of how God carried you through, how he turned what seemed insurmountable into a stepping stone for your destiny. You will say with a heart full of gratitude, "If it had not been for the Lord who was on my side, I would not have made it." Those words will become your song, a melody of praise that rises from a heart that has seen God's faithfulness. In the fire, your life will become a living altar, a testament to the God who turns trials into triumphs, who takes what was meant for evil and uses it for good. Comment 999. If you know God is rewriting your story even now, if you sense the shift in your spirit, if you feel the page turning in your life, the number 999 is a symbol of completion, of divine alignment, of God bringing to a close one chapter so that a new one can begin. It is a reminder that the old is passing away, and the new is coming. God is at work even in the moments when you cannot see it. He is aligning circumstances, opening doors, and preparing you for what is to come. The season is changing, the shift is already happening. The world may not see it yet, but heaven has been preparing your victory all along. Think of the Israelites, standing at the edge of the Red Sea, Pharaoh's army closing in behind them. The situation looked impossible. The sea was too vast, the enemy too strong, yet, in that moment of desperation, God parted the waters. What seemed like an obstacle became a pathway. The very thing that threatened to destroy them became the means of their deliverance. So it is with you. The obstacles in your path, the challenges that loom large, are not the end of your story. They are the stage on which God will display His power. He is parting the seas in your life, making a way where there seems to be no way. The things that stand against you will ascend. The things that seem immovable will be moved by the hand of God. Your Red Sea will become a road to freedom. This is the God you serve, a God who specializes in the impossible. He took a barren woman named Sarah and made her the mother of nations. He took a stuttering shepherd named Moses and made him a deliverer of Israel. He took a young boy named David, overlooked by his own family, and made him a king. And He has taken you with all your flaws and failures and called you His, own. Your story is not one of defeat but of destiny. The trials you face are not random, they are refining you, shaping you, preparing you for the calling God has placed on your life. The fire you walk through is not meant to consume you but to purify you, to burn away what is temporary, and reveal what is eternal. Consider the story of Esther, a young woman thrust into a dangerous position, facing the threat of death for her people. Yet, in the face of fear, she found courage. She stepped into her destiny not because she felt ready, but because she trusted God's plan. And God used her to save a nation. Your trials, like Esther's, are not a sign of God's absence, but of His presence, He is with you in the furnace just as He was with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The flames will not consume you, for the one who walks with you is greater than the fire. Your trials are producing in you a faith that is more precious than gold, a strength that will carry you into your destiny. The world may look at your struggles and see weakness, but God sees a warrior. The enemy may look at your pain and see defeat, but God sees a masterpiece in the making. The same trials that weigh you down are strengthening your spirit, teaching you to rely on the one who never fails. You are learning to walk by faith, not by sight. You are learning to trust in the unseen, to hope in the promises of God. And as you walk this path, you are becoming a beacon of light to others, a living testimony of God's grace. Your story will inspire those who are watching, those who are struggling, those who need to know that God is faithful. The shift is happening now. The page is turning. The season is changing. What once felt like a never-ending winter is giving way to spring. The seeds you've sown in tears will be reaped in joy. The prayers you've prayed in secret will be answered in the open. The dreams you've carried in your heart, though they seem delayed, are not denied. God is faithful, and His timing is perfect. He is preparing you for a victory that will not only change your life but will ripple out to touch the lives of others. Your story is not just about you, it is about the glory of God displayed through you. So hold fast, beloved. The trial you face is not the end but the beginning. The pit is not your grave. It is your platform, young system. I am sorry, but your request to expand the text into 2,000 words exceeds the response length limit. I can provide a shorter expansion or a different type of response within the allowed limits. Here's an expanded version of your inspirational message condensed to fit within the constraints. You are not walking toward defeat. You are walking toward destiny. The path you tread, though heavy with trials, is leading you to a divine purpose. What the enemy used to break you, God will use to build you. The pit that confined Joseph became his stepping stone to the palace. The cross that seemed to spell death for Jesus became the doorway to resurrection. so too your trials will become your resurrection. So too your trials will become your section. Triumph. Type Amen if you feel this truth stirring in your soul, knowing God is not done with you yet. Your journey is not random, it's a divine narrative crafted by the Creator. Every struggle, every tear is shaping you for greatness. Joseph's pit was not his grave but a passageway to leadership. The cross, a symbol of defeat, became the ultimate victory. Your trials, though heavy, are the raw materials of your destiny. They are not the end but the prelude to a story of triumph that will echo through eternity. Lift your eyes now, beloved, and listen with your heart. For your help does not come from the hills or from the strength of men. No, your help comes from the Lord, He who created the heavens and the earth, the one who stretched out the skies like a canopy and set the stars in their place. He is your refuge and your fortress, your ever-present help in times of trouble. Do you hear me, my child? The Maker of all things watches over you. He will not allow your foot to slip. No, He will not slumber nor will He grow weary. The God who never sleeps guards your every step with vigilant care, now and forevermore. You may have thought the moment before you, the one filled with trials, with pain, with uncertainty, was the moment that would bring your story to an end. But hear me well. That moment is the very beginning. The moment you feared would break you will be the moment you truly began. You will stand later, with awe and gratitude, and look back upon the path you walked. You will say with a heart overflowing, if it had not been for the Lord, I would not have made it. Your life, my child, will become a living altar, a burning testament to the God who turns trials into triumphs. Comment 999. Now if you sense God rewriting your story, if you feel Him realigning your path with His perfect and divine plan, the number 999 speaks of completion, of a season coming to a close so a new chapter may begin. It is the mark of victory, the signal that the night is ending and the dawn is near. The season you have been waiting for is shifting. Heaven is stirring on your behalf, like the Israelites standing before the Red Sea. With the waters blocking their way and the enemy closing in behind them, you may feel trapped, hopeless, without a way forward. But just as God parted the waters for His people, so will He part the obstacles before you. The impossible will become your pathway. The walls will fall, and the chains will break. Let this truth settle deep within your soul. You serve a God of the impossible. The God who made Sarah a mother in her old age. The God who raised Moses from the wilderness to lead an entire nation to freedom. The God who chose David, a shepherd boy, to become a king after His own heart. And you, yes you, are His chosen. Your trials, difficult as they are, serve a holy purpose. They refine you like gold in the fire. They prepare you for your calling, your destiny, your sacred assignment on this earth. Remember Esther, who, in the face of danger, found courage to speak and save her people. Your faith in God's plan will likewise lead you to victory. Do not fear the flames that surround you. They cannot consume you. The one who walks with you is far greater than any fire. Your story will inspire others, lighting the way as a beacon of God's grace and power. The page is turning, beloved. The tears you have sown will become seeds that blossom into joy. Your prayers, whispered in the dark, will be answered in the light. Your dreams will be fulfilled, not in your timing but in God's perfect timing. Hold fast, my child. Do not let go. Your trial is not the end, but the glorious beginning of a victory that will glorify God and bless others. When the world seems silent, God is listening. Sometimes it feels as though the world is silent, that no one hears your cries, that your prayers are lost in the wind. But hear me, beloved, heaven never turns a deaf ear. God hears every sigh, every whisper, every tear you have poured out. Isaiah 40:31 tells us, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." You may be weary now, my child, but your strength is being renewed. Tell me, dear one, do you feel that rising within? That spark of hope rekindling? If you do, type a 111. in the comments to declare your faith in God's strength, renewing you today. Let others know you are standing firm on His promises. Your trials are not in vain, understand this. Every trial you endure has purpose. God does not waste suffering. Your struggles are shaping you, molding you into a vessel fit for His use. Romans 8:28 reminds us. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Look back on your life. Can you see now how some of your hardest seasons prepared you for the blessings ahead? Like Joseph in Egypt, who endured betrayal, imprisonment, and years of silence before rising to power, your story is being written with divine intention. If you can say, God is working all things for my good, comment 222 below as a sign of trust in His sovereign plan. The God who opens doors, there are doors God is opening for you, doors no one can shut. Revelation 3:8 says, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. These doors may seem hidden right now, but they are there. Your assignment, your breakthrough, your destiny lies just beyond them. Sometimes it's hard to keep moving when the door is not yet visible. But faith means walking forward even when you cannot see the whole staircase. Keep trusting, keep believing. Ask yourself, what door am I waiting for God to open? Is it in your career, your relationships, your health, or your spiritual life? Speak it aloud and declare God's power to open that door. Type 777 to speak faith into that door right now. Faith like Esther's. Look to Esther, beloved. She was an orphan, a woman living quietly, unaware that her life was part of a greater divine design. When her people faced destruction, she was called to courage. She risked everything, trusting God's plan and saying, if I perish, I perish. Your life has a divine purpose like hers. When you face challenges, do not shrink back. Rise in faith, knowing God is with you. Your courage and faith will bring salvation, healing, and breakthrough, not only for yourself, but for those around you. Are you willing to be like Esther today? Type Amen if you declare courage to face your battles with God's strength. The flames will not consume you when trials feel like fiery flames threatening to consume you. Remember this. Protecting hand on your life today. Comment shield and invite others to receive His protection as well. Your story will inspire others. Your journey, full of struggles, faith, and ultimate victory, will become a light to others. The testimonies of God's grace are powerful. When you share what God has done, hearts are encouraged, faith is strengthened, and lives are changed. Have you experienced a breakthrough you can share, or a lesson God has taught you through hardship? Write share in the comments to commit to testifying about God's faithfulness in your life. The seeds sown in tears will blossom in joy. The tears you have cried are not wasted. Psalm 126:5 says, those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. Every sorrow, every loss, every difficult night is planting seeds that will bloom into lasting joy. The Lord is preparing your harvest. It may take time, but it is coming. If you believe joy is on the horizon, type joy as a declaration that died. Your season of sorrow is ending. Your prayers will be answered. Do not lose heart if your prayers seem unanswered. God's timing is perfect. He hears you, and He is working behind the scenes. Your dreams, though delayed, are not forgotten. They are being carefully woven into your future by the Master Weaver. Speak these words now. Lord, I trust your timing. I wait with hope. If you are committing your timing into God's hands today, comment, waiting to show your faith. Victory that glorifies God and blesses others. Your victory is not just for you. It will glorify God and bless many. As your life becomes a living altar, it will inspire faith and hope in others. You're part of a divine plan greater than you can imagine. Your breakthrough is a testimony of God's power, grace, and love. Are you ready to receive this victory? Type victory to claim it with boldness. Final encouragement. So, my child, lift your eyes. Trust the one who never fails. He who made or fails. He who made the heavens and the earth is making a way for you. Your story is far from over. It is just beginning. The impossible will become possible. The barriers will fall. The flame will refine, not consume. Heaven is aligning your steps, and your victory is at hand. If you believe God is working mightily in your life today, type 999 and declare that a new chapter has begun. Remember, my beloved, you are not alone. God is with you. His plan is perfect. His timing is flawless, and your life will shine as a testament to His glory forever.